Congratulations! Now you know all the parts a perfect answer consists of. And most importantly, you know how to create them yourself. Let's put it all together. So the examiner gives you a topic. After you read it, you have 1 minute to prepare your answer. You also have a sheet of paper and a pen to take notes if you want. I highly recommend you take notes because this way you'll make a rough plan of your answer and decide what you are going to say for each sub-question, what idioms and grammar you are going to use, which 2 sub-questions you'll give examples to, etc. 1 minute is not enough to write up all your answer, but it's enough to make a plan of it. So how do you take notes efficiently? Take a quick look at each sub-question and quickly decide what you will say there. Then decide which of the 4 sub-questions you will give examples in. Then finally decide where you'll put idioms, complex grammar, and lexical structures. We'll talk about idioms, grammar, and vocabulary in the coming weeks, so don't worry about them now. For example, describe a party. And you should say what the party was about, when was the party, what you did for that party, and finally explain whether or not you enjoyed the party. I take a quick look at all the sub-questions and decide on the main ideas and write them on the paper. So, what the party was about, I write when was the party, what you did for that party, and explain whether or not you enjoyed the party. Taking notes like that should take you around 15 seconds maximum. At the very beginning of your preparation, it might take you longer, but as you practice, you'll get more experienced and you'll realize that you can talk about the same thing for different topics even. And you'll see, it does take you around 15 seconds. Then, after this, I need to think of the details to fill in my story. Here I remember the why so technique. So the first sub-question, why so? Why was he getting married? I decide to say that he'd been dating his girlfriend for a few years, and they finally decided to tie the knot. So I write this. The second sub-question, why so? Why was the party in October? I'll say that they wanted to enjoy cool weather, so October was perfect for that. Also, they wanted to go on their honeymoon right after the wedding, and they could apply for a vacation only in October. So I write this. The third sub-question, why so? Why did you prepare activities? I'm going to say that I wanted the party to be unforgettable for my brother and his wife. That's why I designed a few cool games. So I'll write this. The fourth sub-question, why so? Why did you enjoy the party? I'm going to say that we played crazy games, got to know one another, sang, danced, and ate fantastic food. So I'll write this. That should take you around 30 seconds. Then I decide where I feel like giving examples. I think it's logical to give them for the last 2 sub-questions because they both urge me to tell a story, as opposed to the first 2 sub-questions, where 1-2 sentences will suffice to fully answer them. I can give an example of a fun game I introduced. As many guests didn't know one another, I got them to move around, meet the people they hadn't met before, introduce themselves, and say how they knew the bride or the groom. So I write. This way, I won't forget what I was going to say when I start speaking. I do the same for the last sub-question. I decide to give an example of a fun thing that happened at the party. This is when the DJ played my favorite Lezginka music, and we all started dancing. So I write. That should take you around another 15 seconds. Let me make it clear. If this method of note-taking doesn't work for you, don't force it. It's just one of the ways of organizing your thoughts, which works great for me and for many other students. However, if this method doesn't agree with you and you have your own way of taking notes, or perhaps you don't like taking notes at all because you can give a perfect spontaneous answer, then don't use it. Choose whatever helps you best at your speaking test. Good luck.